right, and then we'll go ahead and start it. You guys should be able to see my screen now. Can everyone see this okay?
Yep.
All right, super. Well, my name is Brandon Wise. I'm CEO and founder of Wise Agent. We built this CRM to give you guys an easy-to-use system. It's really, really powerful. It'll help organize and systemize your whole business. So the plan today is we're just going to kind of run through some of the main features of Wise Agent and the benefits. And as I go through each piece, we'll kind of stop and ask for questions afterwards. So if you can hold your questions until after each features shown, and then we'll kind of dig into any questions you guys have. And we're going to try to keep it right at 45 minutes if we can do that. So we're going to start going through it right now. What I'm looking at here is the front page of Wise Agent. You guys all have special logins, so Liz is going to send out a link to log in so that you'll be on the branded page that's going to automatically enter your promo code. Now, once you get set up, because of the arrangement made with George Mason Mortgage, the cost for Avery Hess is simply, for everything you're going to see here today, is just $9.95 a month, and that's the total price. There's a few other people jumping on right now here. Let me let them in. Okay, and so as I scroll down, if you want to kind of get familiar with our front page, you can just kind of scroll down and read a little bit about what's inside of Wise Agent. You're going to see some of the coaches out there you might recognize that are promoting Wise Agent and see why they do. The main thing I want you all to realize on this front page is at the bottom we have this Contact Us form. Now, Wise Agent is the only company in the real estate industry that has 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week customer support. It's all in-house. We don't outsource anything. And our goal is to get back to you guys within 10 minutes. Someone's got some kids in the background. If you can mute yourself, that'd be great. So anytime you all need help, just know that we're going to be here for you. Just use this Contact Us button, and we'll take good care of you. So what we're going to do now is jump on to the inside page of Wise Agent. So this is once we've got an account and we've logged in, this is what we're going to be looking at. Across the top is going to be the main navigation bar. So if I click on marketing, that's where I'm going to find all the marketing tools, or email is going to go to the email tools there. Over here on the far right, this is where, when you guys are first getting started, you're going to want to come over to your profile page and get this all set up with all your information. Now, this is very team friendly, so once you have yourself in, if you guys are on a team, just go ahead and enter your team members down below, and then that'll give them the ability to work out of your Wise Agent, and it'll color code each one of them for you. Now, with the teams, you're able to do it several different ways. You can have multiple people logged on at no additional cost, up to 5 people logged on, and everyone can see everything. Or you can go on and start setting permissions, and that's where it's going to allow you to kind of decide exactly what your team members can and cannot see and do. And each time you set permissions up on a team member, that's an additional, for you, $9.95 a month. Okay. And so this is kind of all what we're seeing right now is just under the profile. So right when you get started is where you're going to set up your profile, choose your logo. You can set up some email branding, and then you'll be ready to go. There's also, on that far right side, you're going to find our Help Center. That's where you can go if you just want to watch a few of the getting started videos. We also have webinars similar to what we're seeing right now, scheduled every week, and so you can jump on any of those and take advantage of our customer support. Whenever you guys need help or you feel like you're stuck on anything, just don't get frustrated. You hit that Contact Us button, and we're there to take care of you. So that's kind of the Help Center and the kind of right-hand column. Now I'm going to jump back over to the home page, and where I figure we're going to start is right with the lead management system. So we've got a really powerful lead system, and we're going to go right under the contacts. I'm going to click on leads, and that's going to take us into the lead system. So this is where you're all figuring out, you're getting leads from several different sources, and now this is the tool that's going to help you manage those leads. And the big thing for you to understand in this is that wherever you're getting your leads from, we're going to be able to automatically, immediately get those leads put right into your Wise Agent account. Once we get those leads dropping in, now the big thing is that this is where the magic happens. Now we can say, hey, I want to set up rules for those leads, all my leads that are coming in. And I just click on the add button, and this is going to bring us in to open up a little page that we can kind of start deciding how we're going to handle our leads. And we, in Wise Agent, we can set up different rules for different lead sources. So for this example,
hey, darling, how are you? Great.
We can hear you.
Mhm.
Does anyone recognize her voice?
Hey, I'm gonna send out an email for people to use their audio.
Oh my God, you're so funny. I haven't gotten my mail.
Oh no! Oh no!
I can check. You haven't done an address change. Who has let you go? Who let you go?
Hey Liz, do you know who that is talking?
Yeah, I'm not sure who it is. I'm sending out an email right now to ask people to mute their audio.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And you guys, if you have some background noise, if you can mute it, because we can all hear you. All right. They probably turned it on and walked away. You know. So much.
Brandon, do you have the ability to mute everybody?
Let me check. That's what I'm looking for right now. Yeah. Okay, you guys. I don't see the ability to mute everyone, so we'll kind of just ignore that for now. Hopefully they'll get your email and turn it off here. All right. So anyway, we're on the lead page. Right now, what we're looking at, I know some of you are just joining in. We've kind of started off with leads. As your leads are coming into Wise Agent, now we're going to set up rules for those leads. So right up here, we've got the source, and this is where we're going to decide, okay, today we're just going to be worried about the rules coming in from, we'll say, from Zillow. So any of the leads that we're purchasing off of Zillow, we're going to have those automatically dropping in here just like the leads from any other source. But today we're going to set up the rules for these particular leads. So as they're coming in, we're going to be able to say, okay, now we want to, as soon as they come in, I want to automatically put them on the follow-up system, the drip campaign that I have pre-set up for my Zillow leads, and I just called it my Zillow lead follow-up. Underneath that, I'm going to say, all these leads that come in, I want to automatically have them put on my call list, and then I also want to put them in categories. So maybe I know that I send a newsletter out every month, so I want all leads to automatically drop into my newsletter category as well. And then I can add them to other categories of tags later down the road, but I can drop them in immediately. Then up here, the next tab says email response. Now this is where I can say, okay, as soon as these leads are coming in, I want them to all receive this certain email right from me, letting them know I'm going to take care of them soon. Or now we can take that to a new level with our integration with BombBomb. And if you're using BombBomb, you're going to be able to say, you know what, instead of sending just a basic email, I want to send back a quick video reply. So now all the leads that are coming in from this certain source, in this case Zillow, they're going to get a video from me letting them know, hey, I saw you just now clicked on my name on Zillow. I wanted to introduce myself and let you know I'm going to get back to you shortly. So that's a really powerful tool that you're going to be able to use to help convert some of these leads, getting a video in front of them right away. Now the next tab over, it says SMS response. This is where you're going to be able to say, okay, we're all kind of starting to realize that text messaging gets 100% open rate. So that means that every single text you're getting, you're opening, and so we can have Wise Agent send back an immediate text message coming from you to these new leads using their name in it. You know, hi Tom, I just got your request for more information about a home that you clicked on, you found on my website. Can you talk now? and then they'll reply back with their text, and that kind of gets the whole thing going right away.
First 12 minutes.
12 minutes, yeah. To the right of that, you've got your notifications, and this is where you're going to be able to say, okay, who all on my team do I want to give notification the second a lead comes in? And so we can have it text messaging and emailing anyone on your team that you need to get alert to make sure these leads are getting handled right away. And then the last tab up here is for distribution. This is going to be more if you're on a team or as a broker, you can say, hey, all the leads I'm coming in, now I've got to distribute those leads out. So we can distribute them any number of ways. We can do it by day of the week. So you can say, on Sundays I want the leads all to go to Monica, and on Mondays they go over to Phoebe or whoever. You kind of set it up that way. You can do it by zip code. You can do it by price range, or you can just say, you know what, I just want to round robin all the leads between all of these people, and then it'll set it up to kind of round robin them as you go. And you can set up different rules for these leads as they're coming for different sources. So you can kind of A/B test and say, hey, we're going to do this for the leads coming off of Zillow, and we're going to do this for the leads coming off of Realtor.com, and see which process works the best. So that's kind of a quick overview of our rules or our lead management setup. Is there any questions on that part of it? No? Okay, can I move on? Just up above there, now going along with the same on the leads, if I click on this little icon of reports, it's going to open up all my reporting. Now in here, this is where I'm going to be able to see, okay, all the leads that come in here that I'm buying each month, how many of those are good leads and bad leads compared to last month, and how many am I closing? That way I'm going to know exactly where I'm putting my money and where I need to put more money and less money. It's also, you're going to be sending out a lot of emails based on, you're going to be sending out emails to all of the leads as well as all of your regular contacts and your past contacts. And so you're able to pull some really good email reports using Wise Agent, where you can see were they delivered and did they get open, and how many times did your clients open those emails. So that's going to really kind of help you see if you send out something about a listing, you see someone open it 8 times, they might be interested in that, so you want to give them a call right away. So we're now dealing with leads. One of the things that happened was we started noticing there was a lot of what they call partial leads. These are leads that are coming into the system that don't have much information on them. And so our members were asking if there was anything we could do with that, and what we did is we created a tool called our lead enhancement system. And so to show this, I'm just going to demo it for you. We're going to put a fake lead in. So basically what I'm doing, I'm taking this email address. There's a unique email inside of each of your Wise Agent accounts, and you can send leads to that, and we'll pull those leads in the system. So this would be kind of on a back end of your website. You could say, hey, instead of just emailing the leads right to me, we can simply have them also CC and email the leads here, and that'll shoot them right into your Wise Agent account. So to demo it, I'm just going to go ahead and jump over to my email, and I'm going to paste that email address, and that's who we're going to send it to, into that account. And then I've got Andrew Landers is going to be our lead today. So we're going to act like Landrew was on Facebook, and he found a page, he came across an ad, and it said, hey, put your email in here, and we're going to give you the neighborhood value information. And as soon as he did that, he hit submit, and then it took him to a new page, and that new page said, okay, now put your first name and your last name and all your contact information here. And Andrew said, you know what, I don't have time for this, and he just X'd out of it. So the only information he sent in was nothing more than his email address. Our members were saying, we're getting a lot of those, and what's happening is that makes it really hard for us to market to just an email when we're used to marketing to people. Can you do anything? And so what we've done here is I clicked on the contact page, and you can see we have it set up on this account that all of the leads coming in, we have it ordered by date added. So the most recent leads should be right on the top. And so when we scroll down here, you're going to see that our new lead came in, and there's that email address that we put into the system, and it has the date and time right when it came in. But if that went into any other system, this is all you're going to have because that's how we gave it. But you can see, because it came in Wise Agent, we were able to go search the internet that quick, and we found a name, a first and last name to go along with that email address. So now you know who that belongs to. And when you click on that guy's name, it also found whatever he was using for a picture on some kind of social media. Sometimes it'll find his company name and his title at that company, figures out a city and state and a county. And then down here at the bottom, this is where you're going to see the Gmail conversation or any kind of email conversations we're having with that person. But a few squares over, this is where you see the Twitter bird. And if you click on that Twitter, you can tell this guy, this new lead that we just got, is also someone that uses Twitter. So we would be able to come over here, or he has used it in the past at least, and we could reply or retweet right from our Wise Agent to his Twitter. The next tab over is the social media, and so this is where we can go in and see, kind of start to get to know what this guy is all about before we call him. And if I click on any of these tabs, you kind of start to learn a little bit about this new lead. In this case, we can see what Andrew likes, and maybe a way to market to him. So hopefully you guys can see what that lead enhancement does. Is it basically gives you a lot more information to go on as you start to try to turn this new lead into a relationship and a contact, a client for you. If you've already got contacts in your database and you want to enhance them, you can just hit this little button and it'll go kind of search and find that information for you. Any questions on that or the lead management system? No? All right. So we're going to keep moving on then. We'll jump back over to the home page now. So we've got our leads coming in, and they're going to be dropping right onto the call list. So each day, the idea is that the first thing you're going to do right when you get to the office, you're going to log in and you're going to see everyone that you need to call on the call list. And if you're on a team, multiple people can be using this at the same time, so it's going to have those calls color coded, or I could switch and just see my calls and my day planner and so on. But for the call list, the way it's set up is that each day when you come in, you're ready to make a call, you're simply going to click on the phone icon to the right of their name, and that'll pull open the contact's information. But before I make my call, I can scroll down here and click on View Notes. This is going to open up all the past notes or any entries we've entered. Anyone on my team has talked to them in the past, or when I talked to them last week, whatever I had put in. So I can refresh myself on what's going on. Now I can go up here. As I've got them on the phone, I'm typing in all the notes about my conversation. And then while I've got them on the phone, I can say, hey, can we follow back up with you next week on the 26th? And at that time, I'm going to have my assistant Rachel give you a call. I can set up an alert for Rachel right here. Type in a reason for her call, click on Add Note, and what will happen is as soon as that adds a note, it'll bring him off of today's call list, and then he'll show back up next week assigned to Rachel. That's how the call list is set up. If I want to click on the word call list, it'll open up the full page of the call, so I can kind of now see all my past due, my todays, my future calls. I can filter it by name or a team member or call type or anything else I can search by. So that is the call list feature.
I'll be in about.
Any questions on the call list? Okay. To the right of that, you're looking at our day planner. It's going to work pretty similar to any other day planner, but the difference is when you're scheduling an event on here, we'll say we're going to schedule a home inspection today.
Air, semi-gloss white. It looked like semi-gloss. I was going to get bare white.
Get bare white.
And I wish I could figure out how to mute them.
Yeah, actually, so anyone that's using their computer speakers, if you hover over the upper left-hand corner into the microphone and you select the microphone, it mutes you.
Oh, there you go. All right. Sounds like he heard you. All right.
Okay.
So we're scheduling an event. We're just doing a home inspection. And the problem with most of the day planners you guys are currently using is that anything you're putting on it is just being lost in time. And the more time that goes by, the farther away it goes. Where in Wise Agent, when you schedule that event, it's going to look and feel just like any other calendar. But down here where it says guest, now I can say, you know what, my client's name is Tom, and it'll pull up all my Toms, and I can click on the Tom that goes along with this home inspection I'm scheduling. And then the vendor's name is, we'll just look for inspection companies, and we can link one to it. And now we've got that there. So when I say save this event, not only does it ask me if I want to send those guys an invite to make it easy for them to add it to their day planner, but the bigger thing is that it I added notes on their note section with a date and a timestamp. So long after this is lost on my calendar in time, when I click on your name, I'm still going to see every appointment and every call we ever made right there in your note section. And then, of course, if I wanted to click on it and make it stand out, I could give it a color, and I could put an icon by it, and I can set up as many reminders as I want. So it'll be, text messaging you and emailing you throughout the day to let you know about your appointments. And this is, the Wise Agent Day Planner does sync with Google, and Google will sync with your phone, so you can use your native phone. If you're already used to using the calendar on your phone, you can keep using that, and that will sync right over to your Wise Agent account as soon as you turn that on. Any questions about the call list or the day planner? Okay, so right below that, you're going to see your task list. And this is going to be just, again, it does everything a normal task list does, but you can also prioritize your tasks, you can estimate time, and you can link those tasks to contacts and or transactions. And so if you're working off a transaction, which is right down below, I'm looking at the transaction hot list. This is showing me all the transactions that I'm currently working on, buyers or sellers that I have in escrow right now. And when I click on one of those, or listed, this one's a listing. If I click on that, this is going to walk me step by step through the entire transaction from the listing side. And of course, these are fully customizable. And at the top, I'm going to have my main information about the property. Below that is all the critical dates, and those are going to sync right over to my day planner. Underneath that is going to be any other important fields, just anything I need to keep an eye on or remember as we go through the transaction. And then it's going to kind of start walking me step by step through everything I need to do. And when I do each step, did I put the sign up? I click it, I check it off, and over here it's going to date stamp it. Did I put a lockbox on? Well, if this guy doesn't want a lockbox, I can hit the NA button. So the idea would be to have a date or a NA stamp in every single box on each listing, and then anyone on my team can log in and see exactly what's been done and what still needs to be done to complete everything we set out to do on our listing. And then, of course, as soon as we have a contract on that listing, it'll walk us through everything else we need to do. Below that, we're able to link all of the vendors to it. So now we're going to know, who the appraiser was, who the inspector was, and then, as time goes by, just really quick, if we ever need to look back to find out who all worked on that transaction with us. Scrolling down a little bit below that, the next section is going to bring us right to our document storage. So in Wise Agent, you've got unlimited document storage, and it is integrated with DocuSign. So if you're already using DocuSign or you start using that, as your clients digitally sign those forms, they're going to automatically save back to Wise Agent. If you're not using DocuSign or anything else, you just say add a file, find it, and hit save, and it'll save here permanently for you where it should be with the rest of all the rest of the details on the transaction. So you kind of keep everything in one place, including the last section down is the notes. So anytime you have a showing or you're checking anything off, it's going to be adding notes, and there's always going to be a date and a timestamp on those as well. So that's what the realtors like about our transaction managers, that you've got everything on one page, where a lot of the other systems you're having to jump from page to page just to see the notes, documents, the people that were involved, and everything you did and when you did it. When you can see it all on that one page, just scrolling up and down in Wise Agent. And then you can easily print and email these off. You can even set up a web page if you wanted to share this with someone else. Could be your lender or whoever, and how they can follow along in live time. So that's the transaction management. Most of these these all are going to start off as a template. So the idea would be that you create a template one time for how you handle your buyers, one time for sellers, or one time for land, whatever you do a lot of. And then each time you get a new listing, you just launch that your listing template, and it's going to guide you step by step through the transaction. Any questions on the transaction manager? Okay, So far, really what we've looked at, just so you guys see, is the home page, the calls, the day planner, the task list, and the transactions, as well as underneath the contacts, we went over the lead management system. Now, if I click on the contact list, this is where I'm going to go to, at the top, I've got my actions where I can do a lot of the bulk things. Maybe I want to call a group of people out of a certain neighborhood next week. I can add them all to my call list at one shot. Or if I wanted to create one video, maybe a BombBomb video, and shoot that off to a group of people all at one time, I can do that right through here. The print media is going to be like my mailing labels and envelopes. And then I'm going to have all my search criteria. So I can search by categories or by source or by rank, order by status, or if I click on this word advanced search, it even gives me more capabilities to search my database. So maybe I can't remember their name, but I know where they work. So I could search by, by a company name. You can also search by things that are not in Wise Agent. So maybe I want to find everyone in my database that I don't already have in a category. So I can search all my uncategorized, or everyone that I don't have an email for, so I can put them on my snail mail list. So you can kind of do a lot of searches that you cannot do on other systems. Now, when you click on a contact name, you guys saw this already a little bit, but you do get a lot of information on each contact. So I kind of wanted to go over at the top. You're going to have the source. That's where you found them. Was it a walk-in, a floor call, a lead off of Zillow, or whatever? They all have one source, and then they can have as many categories or tags as you want to make it easy for you to find them when you do your searches. You're going to have room for the main contact where you can rank them, A, B, C, D, or F. You can change the status as you're working on them. You're able to write from here, send an email, send a text, or shoot them off a video, or schedule a call or a day planner event right from their top of their summary page. And to the right, you've got room to track the significant other, the spouse or the roommate or whoever that other possible decision maker is as you're trying to put this deal together. Below that, you've got their main address and all their important dates, anniversaries, home sale dates, any kind of critical date you're going to be able to track right from here, as well as children's names, children's birthdays, and even pets' names. So really, any kind of details that are going to help you get that listing, just know you're going to have a spot to track it right in here. And of course, you're constantly adding notes, and those notes are always going to be date and timestamp. It's also, if you're getting a lot of referrals, a lot of the agents like the referral tree down here, where I can keep track of who referred this contact to me and who all has he referred and who did they refer, and you can kind of see how deep it goes. Hooked to every contact, if you don't have a transaction going with them, you also have document storage hooked to the contact. So maybe I just need to store some docs and attach it to this person, but I don't actually have a transaction going yet. You can do that right from here as well. And so that is what a contact summary page looks like under the contact list. Any questions on that? Okay. We're going to keep on moving in. The next tab over is the marketing. And this is where we're going to be able to see all of the marketing tools. Drip campaigns are a real big one. We make them very easy to use. And basically, you'll come in here and just say, I need to add a new program. And you can say, you can make your own, or you can say, I want to use a stock program. And this is where you can go in and say, okay, today I want to set up a program just for people that are moving up from an apartment to a house. And so we've already created this for you, and it's just basically you're going to say next. You'll see exactly everything that we've laid out for you to do. If you want to make any changes on how often you're going to send these out, you can change those there. And then it's kind of going to run you through each of these 12 emails that we've pre-set up to go out, so you can make any changes on it before you start sending them. So you can change the subject and the salutation. You're going to see there's a nice graphic, and it'll always use the lead or the contact's name in that, whoever you're sending this to. You can make any changes to this, and then say preview, so you can see what it's going to look like when it's got your branding on it. And as long as you're okay with that, then you can say, okay, let me go to the next one and go number 2 of 12. And you can go through each of these doing the same thing, and then once you've got it set up, now it makes it really easy for you to, anytime you meet someone, in this case moving up from an apartment to a house, you'll be able to put them on this drip campaign and know that you're going to be in front of them every week or every month, however you had that thing set up. Does that make sense? We've got some music playing in the background. If you can mute your music, that'd be appreciated. Otherwise, we'll just listen to it with you. Okay. Real quick, under drip campaigns, still under marketing, you've got your letters. And this is going to be the place where you can go find all of. If I click on add a letter, I'm able to see a bunch of stock letters that are in the system. My newly meds, my sellers. So we've got lots and lots of letters in here that you can read through and just grab any letter you want and select it and see, hey, this is something I want to send out, or I want to edit it and then make it into one of my letters. And from there, you can use our letter merger tool. You can email these letters, or you can pull them into drip campaigns. But there's a lot of content already ready in here for you guys, and we're always adding new stuff to it as well. Under marketing, another big one I want you all to pay attention is the newsletters. This is every month we get a lot of really great feedback on this one. So because it's so easy to do. Basically, each month you come in, you can say, hey, I need to send out a newsletter. So coming up, next week it'll be time to send out the May newsletters, and it switches over. I think on the 25th of every month, the default will become the next one. But so today I'll just click on default. I can choose any designations I've earned, and then I can click on continue, and that's all I have to do. And the system is going to put together a nice 2-page newsletter, and we do have it in English and Spanish. And I think the May version even has a Canadian version as well because of some of the Canadian holidays that are different. So it's ready to go. It'll have your picture and your logo on it. You don't have to do any work. It's got a nice recipe. It's a 2-page newsletter. You can send it out as is, or if you wanted to add a 3rd or a 4th page to it, or customize it in any way, cut an article out and put your own on, you can do it. So it's just a real easy to use newsletter. Then you basically save it and click on email, and you could choose your category of people. Hopefully you have a category called your newsletter list, and then hit send, and it'll shoot off to 1,000 people in just a few seconds, and then you'll be able to go to your reports where you can see who opened it and how many times they opened it and so forth. So that is the under marketing. That's where you're going to find the newsletters. There's a couple more things I'm going to point out, and then we'll be done here. The email is another big one that you guys need to know about. You're going to be sending lots of emails, not only to your new leads, but also to your and anyone you've been working with in the past. And so this is going to make it easy when you don't have time. You want to do those blast emails. So you can just come in here and you can write your own, or you can copy and paste anything in here. Or if you click on our email templates, you're going to find a lot of ideas on things that you might want to, hey, I'm just looking for a way to get my name and my face out, and you can kind of go through and find whatever the situation is, and you just zip through it until you find one that makes sense, and then you can click on the one you want and write your message, whatever you're going to say to those people, and then you come down here, you choose the category or the groups of people you want to send it to. You can select those people, and then when you say preview, now it's going to show you, hey, here's what they're all going to see. And as long as you're okay with that, it's just a matter of hitting the send button, and it'll shoot off to everyone. They'll get an individual email, and then our system will let you know as they open it. So that is the email tab. We do integrate with MailChimp and Constant Contact, but there's less and less need to do that now because we are giving you analytics back, and we've got email down so well today. But our analytics that we're currently giving is limited to just did it make it to its destination, and did they open it? If you want to know what links they clicked on, then that would be a reason to still use one of the integrated partners. And the next tab over under more, thing I want to point out here would be about our partners. As we're talking about partners, just know that Wise Agent is really, we understand that there's a lot of other great technology out there that we don't include here. So we're really big on making it easy for you to use those other tools inside of Wise Agent. So you can see a lot of the companies that we've already integrated with, and there's more on the way. So if you're already using some other technology and you need it to work inside your CRM, just, again, use that Contact Us button and let us know. So that button's not just for when you need help, but it's also for suggestions. We'll just keep making this thing better as we use it. Across the top, the last things I'm going to show you, and then we'll end this, is the dashboard. So each day, doesn't matter what page you're on, if you need a quick look at what you have going on right now today, the calls, the events, the tasks, you can just click on that dashboard and it'll pop it right open. And that's right next to that report tab that you've already seen. And then next to that is going to be the news feed. So if you like reading blogs, you can pull your blog feeds in here and read. It's automatically going to have the Wise Agent blog for you to kind of keep up on what we're releasing. But underneath that, you can pull in as many other blog feeds as you want, and it'll kind of pop those open. And then the last thing here is this bell. When you come in, if that's ringing, you're going to want to click on it, and it'll kind of tell you that, hey, you've got alerts set up for today, or someone that's one of your partners or someone that your account is linked to is trying to share you some information. So that's going to be your notification bell. So that is a very quick overview of some of the main features of Wise Agent. So the idea behind this was not for you all to learn how to use it, but more just to see exactly what we have, and then you can drill in and you kind of learn each piece as you need it. And like I said, we have classes every week already scheduled. We have videos to help you guys, and we're standing by. Our help customer support team is standing by as you need us. You can call in and just ask questions, and we'll kind of walk you through whatever part it is. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that and you got something out of it. If there's any questions now, we'll kind of just open it up to questions and we'll run through those. So if there's any questions, please holler them out now. What do you guys think?
Great. Where can the schedule of classes be found?
The schedule of classes, yes. So on the far right, over here under your name, this is where you're going to find, where you can get help. But also, if you click on the Help Center, this is going to take you to pre-recorded classes. And then right underneath the pre-recorded classes is a list of all the classes that we have scheduled. And if you click on the clock, it'll convert it to your local time zone. So, and then also just know, and then you're going to have the frequently asked questions, and you can kind of navigate around and use our Help Center and see if you can answer yourself. Also know that we do one-on-one classes several times a day, or group sessions. So if there's a few of you in the office that want to schedule a webinar, just hit that button and let us know, hey, I'd like to schedule a class, and we want to go over marketing, or we want to go over just the transaction management. You just type it in here, slide the bar over and hit submit, and let us know a time that'll work for you in a day, and then we'll write you back and let you know that we've got it scheduled, and we'll kind of walk you through. So don't feel like you have to be on one of the pre-scheduled. We'll schedule those for you.
Okay. Then I have two other questions.
Sure.
I think you covered that the mobile devices can be linked in, the day planner can be linked in through Google, so I'll look at that later.
Yes.
And then my question is, in that same line of thinking, can my contacts from my mobile device be automatically linked in or downloaded?
Yeah, great question. Yeah, very good question. And the answer is absolutely. So and that's, again, when you first get started, the things you're going to want to think of is, where do you currently have your contacts? Are they in several different places? Like you have some in the MLS and some on your phone and some in your Google. In that case, you're probably going to want us to help you so we can import them one at a time and get the most recent on the top, so we can kind of keep the duplicates out and make sure that you don't lose information. And then we'll turn on sync, and then we turn on the sync and we sync everything over, so that now you have the exact same information in Wise Agent as on your phone, and it'll always stay in sync. So that's usually a pretty big one. Is just getting started. You kind of just let us know what your unique situation is, and then we'll kind of walk you through. If it's a real easy situation, I have all my contacts are just in my Google or just on my Outlook one place, then you can just use the import button and come over here and import them yourself, and then set up the sync. But just know that that's a place where a lot of agents kind of get hung up, and so just know that we're standing by and we'll help import your databases for you, and we get it done right away. You just email them to us and we take care of that.
Okay, all right, perfect. And then the And then in terms of us getting started, what are the next steps?
Yeah, so then really the next steps for you all will be just to go right over to Wise Agent, wiseagent.com, or we're going to send you out a special link that will be take you in and already have your promo code. If you go to Wise Agent and hit the try it free, it'll start setting you up, and it's going to ask you for a promo code, and the promo code is Good Teal, GOOD.
Hey, Brandon.
Yes.
Brandon, not to interrupt. So tomorrow, everybody, I'm actually going to be sending out the customized link to our own landing page, and subscriptions will start tomorrow, and the promo code is already pre-populated in there.
Okay.
Exactly. All right. Super. So yeah, just be watching your email, and you'll get a link you can click, and that'll set you right up.
Okay.
All right. Good questions. Anything else?
Yeah, no, this is great. Thank you, Brandon.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for your time and joining us today.
Hi, Brandon. I have a question.
Yes.
I was having computer difficulty. I was on the wrong browser.
No problem.
So I couldn't hear part of it. Whenever we have our email address and use this, we'll be sending all our emails out of Wiser Agent, correct?
Yeah, you're going to send. So if you can send your emails out of Wise Agent, and what'll happen is when you go on your profile, when you're setting up your profile, it's going to ask you what is your email address, and so when you put that in, or actually when you register, it'll ask you for your email address, and so then even though you're sending a blast email out of Wise Agent to 1,000 people all at once, when they hit reply, they're going to be replying back to your normal email that you're used to checking it each day. So that won't change anything on that side of how you check it.
So that would remain in my own email service provider, correct?
You got it. Yep. It'll be
not
right
sync
there.
up to that client in Wiser Agent.
Yeah, it'll now if you're using Gmail, you would also be able to see those emails when you click on your contact name. So only if you're using Gmail. If you're using something else, it's not going to be there. But if you're using Gmail, when you scroll down here, you'll be able to see every email conversation you've ever had between yourself and this one contact right there on his page.
I use
and
Gmail.
you
That's
can,
right.
yeah, it's really a nice
my
feature.
Conversations when I'm sending emails from my phone will be on there too.
Yes, ma'am, you got it.
Rockin'. All right.
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. And there's also, I wish I had an email here I could show you. There's also going to be a way where you can say, hey, you know what? I want to add this conversation right to my notes, and it'll still be here, but it'll also save it to your contact notes with a date and a timestamp, so it can be part of your notes as well. And then another big thing where this comes into play is maybe your contact just sent you over a bunch of documents that you need to save. Well, you can go right here and you can just save them into Wise Agent right from there'll be a little link that says save the documents, and it'll give you a choice. Do you want to save it and connect it to the contact, or to the transaction, or to both? And you can make that call right when you're saving the documents.
That sounds good. Will we be able to access on our cell phone your Wiser Agent?
Yeah, another good question. It's called Wise Agent, just WISEAGENT, and yeah, we've got a mobile app, so you can go to Wise Agent after you get set up, after you have your registered. You can go to Wise Agent from any browser on your phone, and it'll pop up, and you can save that icon, and that'll take you to our mobile app, our web app. And then just know so that's going to handle all the main features, adding a contact, the day planner, the call list, those kind of things, and just with bigger buttons to make it easy. But if you need to go deeper and you want to do something that's not on the mobile app, our entire site is responsive. So you can pretty much do anything I'm showing you here. It'll kind of scroll it down, so you'll scale it down, so you'll be able to do all these functions on your iPad or even on your phone.
Awesome. Rock on. Okay, I'm excited.
All right, super. Any other questions out there?
I'm sure we'll have a lot after tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. We'll be standing by waiting for you guys to write in or call in, and we'll be there to help. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I really appreciate you guys joining us today for the first webinar, and we'll have several others of these, and we'll kind of have different people doing them, so you can get different takes from some of the people that work here, hear how they do their demos, and don't just you don't have to learn the whole thing all at once. It's a very big system. It does a lot. So usually it's best if you kind of get your contacts in and then figure out, hey, where are you at? Is it time to send a newsletter? Or then that's the piece you should learn next, or if you've got a transaction, your new listing today, then set up your transaction management and start there. And wherever you start, we're going to be here to help.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, I'll go ahead and end this recording now, and thanks again for your time, and we're looking forward to working with all of you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Brandon.
You're welcome. Bye, Liz.